Hello everyone and welcome to the STACKBREAKER Stetman Commander Guide for Direct Strike. So here's the game plan. We're going to talk about Stetman's hero abilities and sort of like unique hero traits. Next, we're going to talk about like the overall strategy of the STACKBREAKER build. And finally, we're going to have some gameplay. So if you guys are new here to my channel and you guys enjoy Direct Strike content, consider dropping me a sub because I make these Commander Guides every other Wednesdays. That's sort of like the deal. And I make weekly Brawl videos every single day of the week, so there's always going to be something for you to see. Check out these playlists and videos in the top right corner for your viewing pleasure, but let's get right into it. So, all of Stetman's units have energy attached to them, and he also has 3 auras that he can give to his units. So, by default, Fast, which gives all your units 100% movement speed, is on by default. It's the one you start the game with. But you can also change it to the Hugs or Juice. So Hugs gives your units 7 HP regen per second, and Juice gives you 5 of their Ego energy regen, which is all the energy that's attached to your units per second. So your units don't start out with full energy. So usually Juice is probably the best one to start your wave off of. So when your wave spawns, make sure your aura is on Juice so that your units start generating energy. And depending on how the matchup goes, you can either push it to Fast when your wave meets your opponents, or you can switch it to Hugs so that they gain a little bit more health regen. Usually want to use Hugs if you have a bit of a tankier wave. There is a 15-second cooldown, however, when you switch. So make sure you switch ahead of time and don't switch last minute. There we go. Now we also have Stetman and Gary. Gary is a powerful science vessel that Stetman can summon at tier 2, and it costs 350 minerals. So Gary has 500 HP and does 30 damage every 0.7 seconds. So he's a sizable threat. And he has an ability called E-Gorb, which is like his little sort of AoE orb that he sends out in a line, and it deals 70 damage per second to units hit. And that's a 30-second cooldown, so you're probably only going to be able to use it once. It's very effective against small waves. That being said, you should probably micro this ability and line it up properly. And the other thing that Gary is really useful for is recycle. So Gary will collect parts of dead units and create new ones. This is Gary's recycling chart. So for every 4 Zergling and every 4 Banelings that dies, that's close to Gary, you get a free Zergling. For every 4 dead Hydralisk or Lurkers, right, you get a free Hydralisk. Every 4 dead Corruptors or Battle Carrier Lord, you get a free Corruptor. Every 4 dead Infestors, you get a free Infestor. Every 4 dead Ultras, you get a free Ultras. You guys sort of get the deal, right? And Stetman's units are very expensive, so Gary just adds a lot of value. Super Gary is available at tier 3 and costs 850 minerals to upgrade from Gary. Okay, and the advantages of getting Super Gary is that, well, Gary now has 1,000 health, does 45 damage per hit, has 2 E-Gorbs, so double the AoE, and also still has the recycle ability, but also has the best oil. So when Gary absorbs a remnant, he gains 10% attack speed and plus 1 HP regen for 21 seconds. So if you have like 10 units die, that's 100% increased attack speed and 10 HP regen per second. So Gary becomes very, very strong, very, very powerful, and only like a very powerful combined late game threat combined late game sort of anti-air force can really take him down. And so if you get him out in the mid game, he's quite the threat. So using Gary, I think Gary's a very powerful value generator, and you should get him as soon as your wave is stable. I've seen some Stetmen sort of just rush for Gary, like they just build nothing, go tier 2, go for Gary, but that sort of compromises your allies' wave. So you want to use the STACKBREAKER opener, and then transition to Gary. So here's the STACKBREAKER strategy. Number 1, you get Banelings. You get lots of Banelings. All right, and you get all the upgrades for them. I'll show you the upgrades in game because it sort of doesn't make as much sense of me talking about them when you guys can't see them in action. And then once your wave is stable, go to tier 2, get Gary, and then buy support units as needed. So support units you can be buying Hydralisk because you need more anti-air, Corruptors to help Gary tank anti-air, Lurkers if you need to really max out on ground AoE, which you probably won't need because you have the Banelings, right? But I don't know, for some reason if you want to stack with Lurkers, you could get Lurkers. Infestors are a very rare choice. You could probably get 1 to heal Gary. But other than that, Infestors are sort of a very niche unit and very hard to use. And so once you have like sort of your base, basically, your base of Banelings, and it's going good, switch to not switch to Ultras, add Ultralisks into the mix. That involves you going to tier 3. Stetman Ultras are very tanky. They cost a lot though, so this is only like a sort of like around like maybe a 10-minute mark, 12-minute mark transition. I don't know. It depends how fast the game is going. If you're winning, you can afford to get Ultralisk earlier. If you're losing, you can not afford to get Ultralisks as early. But once you get Ultralisk, make sure you get like a large line of them. All right, you always want to get at least 4 Ultralisks so that you get a free Ultralisk every wave and profit. So that's it. Let's move on to some gameplay. Let's go. All right, and we are back. So let's just drop our little extractor here. So as you guys can see here, we got the fast on by default. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to place down a Zergling, a little Zergling. We can morph these into Banelings later on. Stetman has the most expensive Zerglings in the game. They cost 50 minerals. But that's because they have a lot of unique abilities attached to them. And that's why they use Ego Energy. Because the energy allows them to activate abilities. So for example here, they have the Hardened Ego Energy Shield. Right? And it basically makes the Zergling a pre-nerf immortal. So they only take 10 damage per hit, like max. Right? But it drains 10 energy per use. So the Zergling here has 50 energy total. It doesn't start with full, and it doesn't regen while it's on the field. So if you switch to Juice right now, you can see it's gaining energy. And at 50 energy, it drains 10. That means it can take 5 hits of 10 damage and survive. That being said, the Zergling only has 35 HP. So, you know, it just makes the Zergling a little bit more tanky against stuff like beasts, like these little Hellbats over here. And there we go. And it looks like I am pushing into a Han and Horner. That will be very interesting. This is actually hilarious because the Stackbreaker build doesn't actually work too well into Han and Horner because Han and Horner likes to fly. But you know what? We are going to force Han and Horner to land. So here we go. We're going to put down some Banelings here. And now with the Banelings, you should always get the upgrades. So here behind, like all the Baneling upgrades are hidden behind this one icon. So you have to get Anti-Centripetal Rocket Servos. Alright, that makes them move faster. Ego Energy Efficient Barrier makes it so that the Banelings take less damage. Let me get out my full force of Banelings first, and I'll keep talking. There we go, there we go. That's about it, that's about it. You want to spread them out kind of like this, because Stetman Banelings, if you clump them up too much together, they will blow up on the same thing, and that'll waste your Baneling money. However, if you want it to blow up on like a Tychus, you can group them up a little closer. So yeah, anyways, make sure you space them out like this, make them have deep lands and stuff. So Ego Efficient Energy Barrier makes it so that the little barrier here... Oh, wait, let me get this one as well. I'll talk about them later, okay? So, as you guys can see here, those Banelings are very effective. Let's have a look at their upgrades and what it does for them. So, the Impact Barrier makes it so that if they take damage, instead of taking damage to their life, they lose energy. So they have 50 energy, and each point of energy absorbs 2 damage. So these Banelings effectively have 130 HP, which is insane. And they also jump, by the way. They can also jump. As you guys can see there. So it's very good. The Enhanced Explosives makes it so that when it dies, it uses its energy here as extra damage. So the Baneling does 40 damage plus the energy. That means they do up to 90 damage every single wave, which is pretty powerful. Nothing to joke about here. So I'm just going to put down some more Banelings here. And I'm going to consider going to tier 2, actually. I'm going to get an extractor around like the 4-minute mark, but I want to go to tier 2 so I can get my Gary out as soon as possible. When Gary's out on the field, the Banelings will start printing out Zerglings. So as you can see here, I wasted 1 Baneling, so they die instantly when they jump in here. The enemy Han and Horner here has what you would call a noob wave placement. They place everything so close together that the Banelings just blow them up all at the same time. Now look at that. As you can see here, it's very, very powerful. We've already destroyed some of the structures. The Banelings do double damage to structures as well, so it does 130 damage to the structures. So you can see how this build is supposed to work. Stetman doesn't really have anything going for him on tier 1. Like, if he goes Hydralisk, they're so squishy. And if he goes just Zerglings, they're pretty squishy as well. And so a Baneling comp to open up is actually very, very reliable. And it's usually the best opener for Stetman, honestly. But the Stackbreaker build sort of takes the Baneling idea and goes to the maximum. The whole idea is you want to fill your field with Banelings, basically. And you want to have Ultras at the front. The Ultras will charge in, and they will knock back all these things. Like, all your units use energy, and they have their abilities use energy, so that's why you want to have Ego Energy on. So look at here. Han Horner here has his wave a little split up, but unfortunately, Tychus has it grouped up. And as you can see here, there's an Asteria Wraith, so I'm going to probably need to start getting some... I think some Hydralisks would probably be the best option. There we go. So Han and Horner is being forced to go air. Han and Horner is going air, but I'm forcing Han and Horner to have something on the ground, because if Han and Horner doesn't have anything on the ground, that is what happens to their base. And that's why this is the Stackbreaker. The Stackbreaker is very powerful. It can actually beat... I would say it's actually better than Zagara in terms of how hard it can push in your opponent's That's my opinion on it. So I'm gonna put down an Overseer, maybe to the side of Gary, so that he doesn't get targeted down and focused down. But I'm gonna put down another Baneling here. So if Hunt and Horner doesn't respect these Banelings, they are gonna lose their base, just like they lost their cannon right there. So it's very powerful. This is a very, very powerful build. And I don't know what's going on in chat here. I have not been reading it. I've just been trying to deliver a discussion about what's going on. And I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to it, but please do. It seems like there's something really racist going on here. So there's a lot of race here. So I'm just gonna make them go fast. Okay, as you can see here, the Banelings, when they go fast, they're super fast, and we're just gonna jump right into this Nova wave. And look at that. Oh my god. Okay, but I should probably start getting something to actually counteract. Yes, yeah, my eyes are. Please kill that air. He has built nothing to kill the air. Yeah. However, I'm just sort of bum rushing them down, but I think I gotta respect the air now. As you can see here, it's causing my allies here to lose the wave. And so, oh perfect, leak all those rates over to me, and there we go. We want to defend Gary. So I think my allies here are just a little pissed about that. Here we go. He's on the way, and my Mars just took the whole front. There we go. So, you can see how the Stackbreaker wave kind of works. It will work very well against a full ground wave. Not as great against someone like Han and Horner, who can essentially ignore my Banelings by flying over them. So I got some Hydraulic Augments here. There we go. Tychus here has no detection. Oh wait, I forgot to get Ego Energy Boost here for my units. Uh-oh. Well, that's unfortunate. I'm just leaping into the Nova wave here, but I'm not doing that much damage. See, you have to micro this a lot too, so you got to make sure that that's up there. And it seems like I'm going to need more than one Overseer, and probably some Corruptors here. So the Corruptors here are honestly just here to tank for Gary, and they're really good against small air units because of their AoE here. Sick rates, bro. My allies here seem to be a little salty, but honestly, there's nothing to be salty about. It's just how the game plays. Please leak on me. Oh yeah, there we go. I'm gonna get some more Hydras here. So Hydras are Stetman's anti-air form of Hydras are very good. They shoot very fast. And yeah, so this is their Hydra. The Hydra does 10 damage to armored, and there we go. Let's see. So the rate leak here is definitely hurting us. That is for sure. There we go. Here we go. Let's see. What are they going to focus down here? I don't think I have enough units here to actually contest this. Gary here is trying his best. Gary has actually killed a few of them, but there are still too many of them here. So I need to build more of these Hydralisks here. And I need to build another Mecha Corruptor. There we go. But as you can see here, the Stackbreaker wave is quite effective against ground units. Against air units, not so much. Not so much, but it's a threat definitely for sure. However, our opponents here with the steer rates... Actually, we have double Tychus on our team, right? Oh my god, double Tychus on our team. No wonder we were losing the airwaves. Because I was wondering why my allies couldn't soak up the air damage as nicely. Because usually, you leak a few units, like you should be able to clean it up. But I guess because Tychus just doesn't have the body count and the specialized wave count, I guess, to deal with that. There we go. I don't know if I should scan every wave, because I don't know if my Corruptors are going to focus down here. There we go. Let's see. Do I have enough Hydras for this? The answer is a no. I do not have enough Hydras for this. There we go. Okay. Let's see. Having a few more Corruptors could serve me decently. Let's see. Where can I put you so that... There we go. I guess I'm going to put you over here. I can put another Overseer here. I don't know. Should I put the Overseer at the front? Let's see. I don't know why my allies here are so salty, honestly. It's a Han and Horner. You just got to expect what's happening, right? There we go. And you win the wave regardless. There we go. And I'm going to get this. Bam. Now, as you can see here, even though I am losing the air, I am cleaning up the air, cleaning up the ground still quite very well, although I don't have enough veins anymore, thanks to the terrible execution, I guess, from everyone on our team. You put it all together, and you get a little mess here. There we go. Tychus here I don't know. He should be building some Vegas himself rather than complaining. Look at that. Look at that. This is death by your own hands. This is death by your own hands. Not for lack of trying. I have been trying to rein in the air as best as I can. But both of them are refusing, it seems, to cooperate. I mean, it's a team game for a reason. How many ways are you going to let the Wraiths kick your ass? Let's go. Well, at this point, it's a Nova Marauder wave now. So let's just see how this goes. Oh, that's 3 waves stacked in on one in here. And you guys can see that the Stackbreaker wave has actually done quite well, cleaning up a large portion of the ground units here. That being said, our allies here are, I don't know, guys. I'm doing my best here trying to rein in the air. But let's see. I'll put down some more of these bad boys here. I think I have enough Hydras now. I need to get some more Banes. Like, this guy here is just ignoring the Wraiths. Like, he's the one getting pushed in by Han and Horn at this point. And I don't know, guys. This is what happens, right? You get some people like this in your games. I'm just trying to showcase the Stackbreaker build here. It's working out kind of well. This guy says he hates me. I don't really care, honestly. What were you thinking when you built that one? Nice. Okay, there we go. So I should be able to clean this up if my wave spawns in time. That is. Let's see. Oh my god. Okay, so I wiped out all the Nova ground here. I'm actually almost able to clean up this stuff, but there's too many abs here on the ground. And, oh, there's just not enough guys here. There's not enough guys here. Is there? Actually, no, there is. There is. Okay. There we go. There we go. I have no detection here. He finally gets a Vega after way too long of not having Vegas. And you know what, guys? As great of a showcase as this is of the Stackbreaker build, it's also a great showcase of the players you will get in Direct Strike. Some people don't realize that it's, you know, you can do something about your wave as well. You know, I'm doing my best to try and hold it down here, but you can also do some stuff as well. Look, this guy, all you can do is complain, and you will get lots of players like this. There we go. And you know the best thing to do is, don't even treat them like they exist. I don't even care. There we go. Wide area cluster busters. I'm cleaning up a lot of stuff here. Let's see if I can drop a scan over here so I can detect the rates. But my wave here was not able to beat it. Whew. There we go. Let's have a look at the overview here on stats. Unsurprisingly, the man who was complaining the most did the least. And I dealt the most damage here. I guess I was trying to do my best to try and hang on to all the stuff here. Overview, 24k mineral value killed. As you guys can see here, you still need a team at the end of the day. Especially if your guy here is building nothing but Kevs into... Well, he's building into this wave, but this wave is also pushing into him. So he should have gotten some Vegas much, much earlier. But you know what? I feel like this was not the best showcase of a Stackbreaker build. You guys could see part of it in effect. But let's try for another round, shall we? Alright, and we are back. Let's do it. Let's put down a little Ling over here so that we can get that middle income going. At least just for a little bit. I just want to be able to take it. And then we'll put this stuff down over here. And there we go. Actually, I should probably put it back a little further. Unless my ally here puts it down right there like that. I should probably put it over here, to be honest. We got another Stetman on our team. Interesting. I'm ready to see what we're going to get here. So, let's see it. Oh yeah, one of the other things I wanted to say is that you should always sort of have this on right click so it auto upgrades. And it's because Gary automatically makes Lings. And so when your Ling gets spawned out from Gary, you will get the upgrades for the Lings immediately. So always be sure to upgrade your Lings because they're very, very useful. That being said, I'm going to upgrade into the Mecha Baneling right now. And we are going to do the same thing this time. Same thing as usual. It's a very this is a very powerful ground threat that has to be answered by our opponents. If they don't answer it, they're going to lose their cannon quite early. And it looks like we have a Nova and we have This is probably a Kerrigan, it seems. Let's see, what color is this? Kerrigan is in red. Okay, well, Kerrigan... Good news about Kerrigan is her wave is very vulnerable to AoE, and this build packs nothing but AoE to the fight. So that is exactly what we want to do. So let's just have this on auto upgrade here, and we shall see. And when that takes that, looks like there's a Tychus here, and we're probably just going to kill the Tychus here with one of them. But let's see. I don't have the enhanced explosive yet, so my banelings aren't going to do as much damage as they could. And there we go. There's a Kerrigan over here. So this is why you should always have that research, because it really helps out with your baneling damage. But it's just a lone Kerrigan here. We should be able to deal with this quite nicely. Looks like somebody is lagging. Uh-oh. By the looks of it, it might be me. This is a little unfortunate. Seems like in this commander guide here, nothing is going to plan. It seems. So I guess we'll just have to sit here. Oh, never mind. Okay, never mind. Okay, so our ally here has gone straight for Gary already. And there we go. I'm going to have a line here, and then I'm going to go for Gary right now. There we go. And let's nab that bad boy over here. There we go. So as you can see here, I guess we can see double the Gary action right now. And Gary here with the 7 range, actually outranging the little dinky Nova turret here. Gary is getting gunned down by Tychus, however. And there we go, he is down. So we're going to hit that tier 2 right away. We got a bunch of chicken nuggets here. I don't agree with the fact that Tychus has them all grouped up like this. They're gonna all take some damage from his little grenade, I guess. And not stay alive for as long. Alarak here going. So Kerrigan here is tier 2. You can see the little spore crawl over here. That's a great sign that she's tier 2. Which means she might be going for... Well, I mean, all her good stuff is in tier 2. I guess all her usable stuff is in tier 2. So Kerrigan here has gotten Mutalisks. Now, the hard counter to Mutalisks is actually the Mecha Corruptors, because they do this little AoE attack here. This is why it's called the Stackbreaker build, because like no matter what your opponent goes with the you can just AoE them down. That being said, like last wave with the Han and Horner, Mecha Corruptors just don't do enough damage to the Wraiths. They don't do enough damage to the Deimos Vikings either, because they have a lot of health, right? The Mecha Corruptor AoE is very useful though against Mutalisks, because Mutalisks don't have too much HP in general. So I'm just gonna put down I'm gonna put down just Gary for now, because Gary's 500 HP is gonna help us tank the wave for quite a bit of time. Kerrigan's wave doesn't really stand a chance against ours at the current moment, but we're also not pushing in as hard as we could be. So there is that. Let's see. I'm gonna get this right clicked, and so it's gonna be auto upgrading. I'm gonna get another gas here. It's 3 minutes. I think it's fine if we get gas here. 3 minutes, 4 minutes is usually a good time to get your second gas. And check it upgrades. Oh, I don't know. Let's see. That's a lot of Mutalisks here. Can Gary handle these Mutalisks? Let's see. Can I just get him to E-Gorb here? There we go. There we go. E-Gorb here. Gary can handle all these Mutalisks by himself, but I think I'm still going to get a Mecha Corruptor, because the Mecha Corruptor will make things a lot easier. Nova here seems to have lockdown missiles already, which means she's tier 3. No, she doesn't. Okay, she just has normal Goliaths here. And this Nova has chosen not to siege your tank, I guess, which is, I guess, not too bad, because the tanks actually shoot quite fast when they're not sieged. Unfortunately, though, she seems to have forgotten that there's better options to shoot ground if you're going to go for unsieged tanks, such as Marauders. There we go. Can I get another Corruptor here? The answer is actually a yes. I can. So with 2 Corruptors, it means every other wave I'll be spawning a free Corruptor. And you always want to get the wide area cluster busters here, because this is going to increase the little AoE of their missile blast. And as you guys can see here, it uses 100 energy for them to use it. So they can use it twice, but it also has a 7-second cooldown. So you always got to make sure that... There we go. And look at that. It's beautiful. We got the Terraclean Solvent here. If I can, it'll cause the Corruptors to vomit on ground units here, and they'll deal some damage. Not a lot. It'll also prevent them from sort of just running ahead of your wave. And there we go. Kerrigan's wave is just getting obliterated here. So I guess we have a nice little proof of concept. Last game was just an unfortunate game, but I'm going to post it anyways, because I feel like there's no point hiding unfortunate games, because, like, you know, it happens, right? And it's just a reality of the game and just games in general. Like, stuff happens, right? And you just got to deal with it as best as you can. So I'm just gonna get a few more Corruptors here. So I actually don't think Kerrigan's wave can actually beat me ever. Like, if Kerrigan goes ultras, I can go ultras of my own. Although lurkers might be very strong against all the banelings. We shall see. We shall see. I'm gonna level up the damage here. There we go. I actually don't have enough banelings right now. That's a little unfortunate. Well, Mecha Corruptors, can you guys... Uh-oh. Okay, that was one Cluster Buster going out here. Okay, but I still killed a large chunk of Kerrigan's Wave, as you guys can see here, with a little bit of AoE Blast. So that tells me, well, I probably need something that is on the ground and that actually stacks. But this is the Stackbreaker build, so we're going to go commit fully to the Explosive Suicide. There we go. The thing is, if I want to get Lurkers, they're not actually... Like, I need so much protection on the ground to keep them alive here. And this guy actually has Super Gary. As you can see here, Super Gary is attacking so fast, although the best oil is sort of wearing off right now. But it stacks multiple times. And Super Gary is a DPS monster. But he also is a very big investment. I think Super Gary is like around... Like, investing in Super Gary costs 1,400 minerals total, I believe. 1,200 minerals total. So it's like almost buying a Tal'Darim mothership, basically. So he's quite expensive. So with by the looks of it, though, Super Gary here is going to cause us to push in quite hard. And there's not enough Kerrigan units here at all, I can tell you, at all, for them to survive the Stackbreaker here. But I don't know what the Banelings here are doing, but I guess they're crashing into the Nova Wave here. I guess they were too far off to the side. There we go. I mean, our Gary here is just going to ding down the defense. No, I guess not. No, I guess not. Okay, so the Banelings over there sort of just were like, yeah, I'm going to go this way. So let's just put down another one of these. And I think we're actually in a secure enough position that I could consider going to level up here. Like, Super Gary is like so powerful in the mid game. But look at that. Look at that. With the best oil, he hits so fast. And he probably out-DPS's Tychus here. Oh my god, he did. It's ridiculous. However, you need to have units to constantly feed him the best oil. And at this point, I'm probably going to go to tier 3 now. My ally here actually aggressively went to Super Gary, which is... sometimes you have the liberty to do that, sometimes you don't. And our ally actually seems like he's still on tier 1, honestly. Let's see, there's some Mutalisk here, but Kerrigan has stopped getting Mutalisk and he's going for Hydralisks. Hydralisks are also still the wrong option. You need something thicker to tank these bad boys here, because this is what happens to your Hydralisks. Yeah, they die instantly. There we go. Can I get some Baneling action on the cannon, please? Okay, I guess the Corruptor killed it. The Corruptor just vomited on it. There we go. And I think I'm going to get a Super Gary upgrade protocol as well. Soon TM. That I can just get some Ultras and complete the cycle. Let's see. How's this guy doing here? Like, Super Gary here is just ripping it apart. Look at that. You know what? I'm going to get an Ultralisk, because the Ultralisks are super thick. Right, okay, so I just want to have a look at all the Ultra upgrades as well. So Vector Bro Charge is just a charge, right, but it costs energy, so you want Ego Energy. You also have Mecha Mooch Module, which uses energy, and it heals. It sucks either from enemy mechanical units or your own units, because they're all mechanical, and it heals the Ultralisk for 25 health. And there's also Titanium Plating, which reduces the damage Ultralisks take by 25%. So it makes them better against heavy armored targets than normal. It makes them much better. Mecha Mooch Model, I don't want to get it right now because there's nothing to mooch off of besides my own guys here. And that's a little... That's not as great here. So, let's see. Mecha Corruptors here are just sort of losing track here. There we go. Okay, so, as you can see here, Kerrigan got a few more Ultras. And... Nope, not enough. Not enough. Okay, so I need to get some Ultras of my own as well to contest Kerrigan Ultras. She had one more Ultra than I did. So I'm going to get another one here. And once I have 4 Ultras per wave, I'll be printing out a free Ultra every wave, which is very good. I won't be surprised if Kerrigan starts building, Lurkers soon, though, because Ultralisks are armored, and they will get shredded decently by the Lurkers. But yeah, Stetman has theoretically the tankiest Ultras in the game if you're up against heavy armor. They're not as good against light armored targets, I think. Because like if you take 100 damage anti-armor, reduces by 25, so you only take 75, which is actually insane. So let's see. If you get Mecha Mooch Module, be sure to turn it off on autocast, or else it's going to start mooching off of your units right away. So I'm going to get it here, and it only mooches off of each other in battle. It doesn't turn on when you're not in battle. And there we go. Yeah, when you're in battle, so they'll heal, they'll suck off the Zerglings and stuff. The Corruptors, like, it's fine for the Corruptors to get mooched off of right now because I don't really have anything that, like, I need to stay alive. The Electrostatic Surprise allows the charge that the Ultralisks perform to stun mechanical units. And as you guys can see here, this Nova Wave is mechanical, so it's very useful. Stetman Ultras are by far one of the coolest Ultras in the game, but they cost so much. 450 minerals, that's as much as a tier 3 upgrade, and it's a big commitment, but it's a very powerful unit. You get your money's worth, I think. You get your money's worth. Actually this costs more than a battlecruiser. No, battlecruisers cost $4.90 and they're completely useless. So yeah, you get more than what you get more than what you pay for. So I'm gonna make sure I get Electrostatic Surprise here leveled up, and I want to see if there's any lurkers here. There's still no lurkers. Kerrigan's wave is actually just very poorly matched. Is a very poor matchup against Stackbreaker Stetman, because I just crush small ground units very effectively. Small clumped up units very effectively. As you can see here, almost no casualties besides the Banelings. But that's fine. Banelings are meant to die here. Electrostatic Surprise stunning the Hellbat Rangers, as you guys can see right there. Let's see. There's a Siege Tank. Like, they're constantly getting stunned here. Look at that. Hellbat Rangers is getting CC'd into the ground. And I should probably get more of these things. Like, they're so tanky here. They've been staying alive for quite a bit of time. And what I really need is a Super Gary. But as you guys can see here, proof of concept. Also, if you have 2 Stetmans on your team, even better, because there's double the amount of stack break. This guy just went for a Super Gary Baneling composition, which is also very effective. It's actually one that I haven't actually experimented with or played with before. So this is something new to me as well. New to you guys, and new to me as well. Even though I am making a guide on this, right? But like the Stackbreaker build was one that originated from one of the weekly brawls, which was like a death stack, so none of the units despawn. And I was like, oh cool, I just need to play something that blows up the wave every single time. Then I was like, Zagara. But then I was like, wait, no. Statman. And so the Stackbreaker build has been the way I like to play Stetman basically all the time now, because it's just, I don't know, it's fun. It's something I like using, and it's easy to pick up builds. Pretty like simple to understand what's going on here. However, charging into this Nova Wave is actually a little problematic because I don't have any units that can actually kill all these ghosts here. I've softened them up for my ally here. There we go. So at least I'm doing a job there. Fulfilling some function. It's okay if we don't kill like a bunch of waves, but it could also point to the fact that I don't have enough Banelings. Let's go. Maybe it points to the fact that I don't have enough Banelings. Let's see. Do I have it all? Yeah. I should probably get a Super Gary upgrade soon though, because it is 13 minutes now, and Super Gary is gonna stop. Is this our Super Gary? Oh, I was like, I thought he wasn't shooting. I just couldn't see. I was like, what is he doing? He's just showing up. So like the E-Gorb is so powerful, as you guys can see there, just vaporizing these small units here. Alarak here with some Ascendance, actually. Nice, okay. Alarak's wave tends to struggle against, like, smaller, like, swarms of units, because Alarak's AoE isn't exactly the best thing. But now I have 4 Ultralisks. We're gonna get a free Ultralisk every wave here, and look at that, Mechamoosh Module prefers to hit enemies here. It's just life-stealing and sucking. And there's actually a Lurker here. Oh, shoot. And so Super Gary spawned another Ultralisk here, so I'm getting free minerals every wave, basically. And that is very good. And so Kerrigan has gotten a Lurker, but let me tell you, she needs way more Lurkers than what she's got right now for this to be effective at all. There we go. I don't know if I can get the Super Gary upgrade, honestly. It's 14 minutes, and I should have gotten my gas a little earlier. I should have just been gassing a little earlier, to be honest. But I've been focusing on trying to like just run it down, I guess. So there we go. There we go. Oh my god, Alarak with the Vanguards here, just gonna tear through this Tychus wave, actually. But I think he needs some Wrathwalkers, honestly. Wrathwalkers are very great against Tychus, but they're not too good against the Kerrigan wave that follows. So I guess Vanguards are probably like the happy middle ground here. So there we go. Gary, Super Gary upgrade. Super Gary's gonna spawn next wave though. There we go. I'm gonna drop a little scan there so I can see everything. Nice lurkers you got there. Can't escape me. There we go. But unfortunately, we are out of juice here. That is the one weakness of this build. You run out of juice, and when you're out of juice, you don't push as hard. But don't worry. That's what the Banelings are for. The Banelings are just juice. I just need to make sure I get more of them, and I need to make sure I actually get a refinery, because it's 15 minutes in. And I've been a little too aggressive in investing in units, I guess. But that's okay, because it's keeping us on middle income, and middle income is quite important. So there we go. Especially because it's just like normal direct strike. Like sometimes when the weekly brawls with the modifiers, like middle income might not be as important, right? And then we go. If you guys wonder why I haven't upgraded like say like ground armor yet, it's because my Ultralisks have like 3 ground armor with just one armor upgrade. And 25% damage reduction, and honestly, that's good enough for me. That's good enough for me. That's like, if a Hydros hits it for like, how much, like 14 damage, it takes 25% less, so automatically off of that, it only takes like, around like 7 damage, 8 damage, and then reduces it by 3. So, it only takes like 5 damage from here. I think there's a Lurker here still. Yeah, there's some Lurkers here. I gotta get an Overseer. I'll put him down right here. Maybe I can't put him down right here. I don't know. But I have a Super Gary here. Super Gary is still topped up, and he's shooting really fast right now. Unfortunately, Nova is all ready for me. Unfortunately, though, we got another Stetman wave. The second wave coming in here. And look at that. Nova's Wave is getting torn apart here. Hydralisks are quite decent at DPS here. We're actually going to do a little number here on the Tychus Wave. Maybe. Maybe. Let's put down some more of these bad boys here. At this point, though, any sane person would have transitioned to, like, say, Lurkers, I think, would have been a decent transition here. But here, I'm just trying to showcase how powerful the Stepbreaker, I'm trying to take this build to the maximum. Honestly, at this point, instead of getting like another line of banelings, probably getting some Lurkers here would not be a bad idea. Because you have enough stuff on the ground to protect them for long enough so that they can actually set up and start lurking and doing their thing. But, you know, this is proof of concept. So right now I'm going to put it on fast so they just yeet in there. We're going to yeet on this Nova Wave here. Look at that. When you put it on fast, these guys are super powerful. And I'm going to put it on Hugs here so they regenerate health. And so the Ultras are going to be as tanky as possible. And I think these guys are barfing on the Nexus. And as you guys can see here, this is how the Stackbreaker comes together. There we go. So I hope you guys actually managed to stay for the entire video, because I did have 2 games. The first game was kind of a proof of concept. I killed a lot of things, actually. I didn't do as much damage as the other Stetman, though, because the other Stetman had Super Gary out much earlier, and Super Gary is a powerhouse. He also, I think he had more Banelings than me. I'm pretty sure he had more Banelings than me. Yeah. He went, like, hand with the Banelings. Like, you could just keep going with Banelings and going Super Gary, and that could be fine as well. This is a little bit more of a middle ground build. It allows you to have something tanky in the front to break up your opponent's lines. And, yeah. Not as much juice, though. Not as much punch with the Banelings. So let's have a look at the units here. Mineral value killed only 42, but that's not too bad, because our ally only has 26, and we're not lagging too far behind. From our ally over here. Minerals collected. I actually collected not that many minerals, because I didn't gas for the longest time. Yeah, I collected like 400 less minerals. That was like a whole Ultralisk. Huh. Anyways, guys, if you guys enjoyed this commander guide, be sure to leave a like, and let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And until next time, I will see you guys later.